What's going on, guys? This is Miyasin. So we just got some new cards announced again, man. Konami's on fire these days. And one of these new cards is going to be pretty interesting for Chaos decks and Dragon Link decks, whatever. Anything that really wants to mill, Light Sword, etc. So before this video starts, make sure you like and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch and Instagram. And now let's jump right into the first card, which is not the best card. That's why I'm starting with it, because I always want to end with the juice. So this one is Hydralander Orbit, not the other Hydralander. Level 1 Dark Machine, 0 attack, 1500 defense. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn each. So if you have 4 more monsters in your grave and no monsters in your grave with the same name, just like the Orbital, you can tribute this card, excavate cards from the top of your deck equal to the number of monsters in your grave. And if you excavate 2 or more monsters and no monsters with the same name, you can add one of them to the grave. Also place the rest of the top on the top of the deck in any order. Takes up your normal summon, or you would have to use like 1-for-1 or other gimmicky things to do so. I don't know. The fact that this is like an on-field effect, not the best. And you can banish this card from your grave, then target one monster in your grave, place it on the bottom of the deck. Pretty bad, honestly. I actually think this card is garbage, but anyways, let's get into the next cards. So this one is Vendread, some new Vendread support. Finally, man, this archetype really needed support, Jesus. Anyways, level 6 Dark Zombie, you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Vendread spell or trap from your deck to your hand. God damn, this is good. It doesn't even have to be sent to the graveyard by a card effect. So you can literally go Twin Twister, discard this card, and it actually gets you your money back, which is, well, in a way, kind of. So that's actually kind of absurd. Oh my god, I'm a big fan. If a monster on the field is tributed while this card is in your grave, you can banish 1 other zombie monsters from your grave, special summon this card, and if you do, you cannot special summon monsters while you control this card except Vendread monsters. Really, not the end of the world, but god damn, this is actually such a good card. I'm actually such a huge fan. This is crazy. This is how you fix Vendread. Thank you, Konami. So Foolish Burial is better than ever now. Uni Zombie is like probably a 1-card starter, but because we're going to see in a couple of seconds. But yeah, no, this is great. All right, Vendread Scavenger. Is this a play on word? Okay, whatever. Yes, Scar and now Scavenger. Okay, I get it. Level 8 Dark Zombie, blah blah blah. You can ritual summon this card with any Vendread ritual spell. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. During the main phase quick effect, you can tribute 1 zombie monster. This card gains attack equal to the tributed monster's original attack until the end of this turn. Yeah, okay, not the best, but whatever. If you control Vendread Slayer and this card is in your grave, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Not super broken, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think this card is like as good as the other. I think the Battle Lord is probably like the better one, huh? Like the pseudo, what is it? The, goddamn, I forgot the name of the rank 4. Shock Master or something. Yeah, it's really similar to that, but yeah, no, this is not as good. Anyways, the third card is the Ritual Spell. Ravenous Vendread Ritual Spell. This card can be used to ritual summon any Vendread ritual monster. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name once per turn. So you special summon a Vendread monsters, from your hand, deck, or graveyard in face down defense, except Scavenger. What? Except, okay, no, yeah, sorry. Except this one. What the frick? Okay, anyways, then ritual summon 1 Vendread ritual monster from your hand or grave by tributing monsters whose total level equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon, including the summon monster. Oh my freaking god, that's actually absurd. Jesus. Okay, so you literally get to summon this right away from your deck, which is going to be floating into another Vendread spell or trap, which is like insanity. Not only that, but also you fuel your graveyard and you get to ritual summon back from the grave. Like, what the hell? In top deck mode, this card is broken. It's like a 1 card that completely gets you back in the game, and the fact that you summon a Vendread as well, it gives the Vendread monsters that you summon, ritual summon, a bonus effect as well, like banish a card or upon control or something like that. So that's actually absurd. Jesus. Oh my god. Wow. Yeah, no, I'm such a fan. Yeah, like, this card is broken, this card's not great, and this card is very, very good as well. So 2 fantastic cards out of 3. We're off to a great start. Anyways, this is the juice of the video. So yeah, Ishizu cards finally getting a revamp, this time not garbage. Yes, Keldo the Possessed Statue, the first one. I think the new Earth Fairy theme also coming out in Power of the Elements. I forgot the name though, but yeah, no, I don't think they synergize with this. Anyways, you can only use, this time, the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. You can discard 1 other Earth Fairy monster, special summon this card from your hand. Then you can add 1 nerfed card that got errata to death, or 1 card that mentions it from your deck to your hand. Wow, okay, one card, not necessarily one monster, one spell or trap, so you can actually search the other cards as well. Quick effect, you can banish this card from your field or grave, then target up to 5 cards in any grave, shuffle them into the deck. If a very bad card is not in your field or grave at activation, you can only target up to 3 cards. Nobody cares. Even 3 cards is great. This is good. It's like a grave trap. Not a hand trap, but yeah, from the field and grave, it has a nice effect. Yeah, no, I don't know. That's interesting. Alright, Mudora the Cestus Oracle. Their names are kind of funny. Anyways, you can only again, you can discard one other fairy monster, special summon this card from your hand. Then you can place one Gravekeeper's Trap from your deck face up and your spell and trap zone. This is a brand new card, by the way. It's not like a Gravekeeper Trap card. It's literally a card that's called Gravekeeper's Trap. So keep that in mind. Even though there is not a single Gravekeeper Trap card in the game right now, this is like actually the first one. Because the other cards are just cards that list Necro Valley. So yeah, in a similar way as these cards aren't like Keldo Exchange of the Spirit. So yeah, when you're searching a card that actually searches Exchange of the Spirit, it's like a card that lists it in its card text. One card that mentions it. So anyways, that's actually very nice. And the second effect is the exact same as this one. Third card is actually the busted one. So Agido, the Ancient Sentry, I actually remember this card like it was yesterday. Like the old shitty version. Yeah, you can only use the, whatever. If a card or cards is sent from the hand and or deck to your opponent's graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can special summon one level 4 Earth Fairy monster from your grave, except itself. Kind of annoying, actually, because you don't really want to play the other bad Earth Fairy when you're splashing this card in Chaos decks, but this is where it gets crazy. If this card is sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard, again, not even by a card effect necessarily, you can go Dragon Ravine, discard this card, and look at this. You can send the top 5 cards of each deck to the grave. Then, if Exchange of the Spirit is in your graveyard, you can send the top 5 cards of either deck to the graveyard on top of that. So, in other words, you would be mailing 10 cards in total if you have Exchange of the Spirit, which will never come up because Exchange of the Spirit is unplayable now. It got errata to death, so yeah, you can't play this card. It was banned for the longest time. But this part of the effect is what people are going to be looking at. The fact that you can make both players mail an extra 5 cards, really similarly to the Zombie Vampire. So, in a way, it actually has the exact same flaws where your opponent can actually benefit off of that. But, I mean, still, it's a very nice card to be excavating, or rather, milling either with the Zombie Vampire or Chaos Ruler, so you can get, like, even more attempts at milling your other very nice cards. So, Jesus, this is actually very scary. And the first card, the first effect of the card could actually come up if you play other Earth Fairy, but otherwise it's just going to be like a bad extender in a way. But at least it has some form of value in the hand as well. But yeah, you can either discard it or keep it in the hand to special summon it when your opponent like sends a card, or when you force your opponent to send a card with the second effect. So I'm a huge fan of this card. I think it will have probably a little bit of impact in Chaos decks, at least, yeah. And if you want to play the shitty Exchange of the Spirit, then you're probably going to be mailing more cards, but I definitely don't recommend that whatsoever. Alright, the Gravekeeper's Trap. This is what we were looking for. Continuous trap card. A lot of effects. You can only use the second and third effect of this card's name once per turn. While Exchange of the Spirit is in your grave, your opponent cannot activate cards' effects in the grave or special summon monsters from the grave. So, basically, the only reason why you would ever want to play Exchange of the Spirit wouldn't be to, like, actually resolve it, but basically only to have it in the grave so that your cards have, like, cracked effects. That's it. That's the only explanation. Because, yeah, no, you're not really trying to... Yeah. Anyways, during the main phase, you can discard one card, add one Gravekeeper's monster, or one Earth Fairy monster from your deck to your hand. Actually, kind of interesting. Maybe you could actually splash this just generically in, like, the other Earth Fairy decks, but I don't know. During your opponent's draw phase, before your opponent draws, you can declare one card name, reveal that card your opponent draws for the normal draw, and if it's the declared card, send it to the grave. That actually has nothing to do with, like, the strategy at all. It's actually crazy. This would be kind of funny in the Mystic Mind deck. Oracle, Skull, Goddess, whatever. Like, you always know what your opponent is about to draw, or like Spiral or something. So, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of funny, but very random. I don't know. Yeah, it's a cool card. It's just, yes, basically. Alright, Exchange of the Heart. Normal trap card, you can only activate one card with this card's name once per turn. If you control 3 or more Earth Fairy monsters, good luck getting there. Send as many monsters on the field as possible to the grave. Then each player can special summon from their opponent's graveyard to their field up to the number of monsters that were sent to their opponent's graveyard by this effect. Then if Exchange of the Spirit is in your grave, you can set one trap directly from your deck, and it can be activated this turn, just like Trap Trick. That's actually kind of adorable, but pretty garbage. Again, you're gonna have to have Exchange of the Spirit in your motherfucking graveyard. Foolish Burial Goods Turbo now, or just mail cards for a living, and then hope that you mail your one of Exchange of the Spirit. Yeah, no, yeah, alright. Anyways, Blast Held by Fate, normal trap. You can only activate the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. Yeah, always the same thing. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, destroy one face-up monster they control with the highest attack. Your choice of type. That's like Widespread Ruin, literally. And if you do inflict damage to them equal to the destroyed monster's original attack, then if Exchanges of the Spirit is not in your grave, you take damage equal to the damage your opponent took. Okay, so it becomes like a sort of Burning Mirror Force, but only for one monster. Kind of ass. If this card is sent from the hand or deck to the grave, you can target one level 4 Earth Fairy monster in your grave, add it to your hand. That's actually hilarious. This is like a battle trap effect, and this is like an effect where you like mill it. So yeah, no, Foolish Burial Goods could straight up make sense now. I don't know, that's kind of cute, but this deck is, oh, and by the way, this is Exchange of the Spirit. This is the, it just doesn't look like a cohesive strategy yet. I know I keep saying this every single time I see like an underwhelming archetype, but if you want to play this as an actual deck, forget it. It won't work. There's 3 monsters, 3 traps with Exchange of the Spirit. That is a very bad card. No spell card, no extra deck card. So yeah, this is basically just going to be a Gyro Turbo where you just mail a lot of cards, mail Wolf, Trick Clown, freaking everything, and just destroy your opponent. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you guys actually think about all these cards in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.